Hello, this is Generational Thinkers Farms. Today, I want us to learn about how to take care of your fingerlings at their early stages. But before then, I'd like to take you through what we do at Generational Thinkers Farms. In today's episode, we are learning on how to take care of your fingerlings at their early stages.
For such a great start. This is a great beginning, and uh, not only that, but this is the starting of becoming a multi-billionaire. I'm saying this is the beginning of becoming a multi-billionaire, which means that if you don't give up and you take good care of this fish, this project, and you expand it, very soon your name will be heard worldwide, right? So I can say congratulations to you and also to your uncle. And briefly, I just want to train you briefly on how to feed the fishes and then the basic needs that you might need to help them and then to take good care of them. Briefly, I'm going to share that with you and also with the public as well. And first, I'll start by saying the reason we didn't feed them yesterday was because during the transportation, we transport them down here. They went through a lot of stress. So when they are stressed out, you don't feed them. You allow them to rest. Don't say they are hungry, so you come and feed them. Once you do that, what happens is that the next time you may begin to see number of mortalities and that can go against you. So that's why we instructed that we don't feed them yesterday. So from today, you can start giving them food. But how do you then feed them? Uh, with this quantity, for the first 1 week, I advise that you feed them once a day. You feed them only once a day from now till 1 week. So you start counting from either today till 7 days to come or 8 days to come. 1 week, you feed them only once a day. And for this feeding, don't overfeed them. You don't overfeed them within this period because they are now acclimatizing to the new environment. These are their new environment. This is a new water. This is a different water to them. Unlike where we brought them from, the water there is different from this one. So um, you don't you allow them to acclimatize, to adjust gradually to this system, and until they are okay. That's one aspect of it. Then you also don't. I said you don't overfeed them. So now, how do you then feed them? We have two types of feeding: feeding by calculation and then feeding by satiation. I'll talk briefly about the two of them. For calculation, feeding by calculation, we take the total quantity of fishes in the pond. we weigh them, we get their mass weight, and then we do calculation based on how much food they can take at a time. Then we feed them accordingly. But that one, every 2 weeks, it will have to change. And also, looking at the temperature around, we use the temperature around to also calculate, and that might be quite difficult for you to pick now. So we may not be able to go deep into that one. But feeding by satiation means you keep feeding them till they are satisfied. You leave them. But for now, you don't feed them till they are well satisfied. They are very young. And the food that we give them is full of protein. And you know, protein, what happens is that protein, it bloats when it enters into water. So when they eat it, it actually increases in size. So when I bring the feed and then you drop it inside, those that they didn't eat, you see that with time it will become big. So if they eat like, because they use soya beans, they use rice, maize, fish meal, and all those things, and all of them are protein in nature. So they are high concentrated protein. So when once you overfeed them and they feed so much, and now the feed begin to increase in their tummy, then you begin to see some of them, their tummies will begin to grow big, and then they are swimming, they'll be swimming backwards, and you start killing them bit by. So if you overfeed them, you kill them at this stage. So this one, just a small, I will be showing you the quantity to give these ones a day, or I should just say a quantity of, let me see your hand. Good. A quantity of two hands full. A bottle like this, let's say a bottle like this, you can pick a measurement of this, this size, this size for a whole day. So that is what they are going to manage till 1 week. You pick this cup, you make sure you are measuring up to somewhere here for a whole day. This time we don't really want them to be satisfied. For now, for this 1 week, we will just want them to be active, relax, and then get used to the system here, get acclimatized to the system here. Your environment here is somehow a bit hotter than some other environments. So they need to get adjusted. And even that's why you can see that they are even more hungry. That is why anytime you get close, you see that all of them wants to, yes, because when the sun is so hot, they are more hungry than when the weather is cool, because they use the sunlight to digest their food. Good. That is about that one. Now coming to your neatness or cleanliness here. Before you feed them, if you are using your hand, make sure you wash your hand, you clean your hand very well, and you disinfect your hand. How do you disinfect your hand? You can, after washing your hand, you can rewash your hand with salt. Okay, salt will disinfect any infection that is in your hand. You can wash from here down, understand, so that you disinfect your hand properly. You wash your nails, you wash here, and because at this stage they are very young and they are very fragile, so any least mistake can kill them. And if you dare introduce any sickness into the pond, you can see a lot of them dying, and you cannot control them. That's why it's very important to take these precautions very, very serious. And also, you don't allow people anyhow to just come close to the pond. Sometimes somebody will come, oh, oh, yeah, fell. Oh, they are nice. Oh, no. Before you realize, maybe the person is carrying some infections. Maybe in his hand, you don't know the kind of things the person touched before coming here. Or somebody will carry bread and come and be giving. If you are not careful, you just kill them. Or somebody will come and then the person's dress is dirty, or the person is just from mason's work, and then from yes, construction work, and then he comes around with the cement. Once you are dropping those things into it, you are killing them. You are introducing infection. So those things are very much important. And then you don't allow, because this is a house and this is a backyard pond. It's possible someone who is not aware of certain things can decide that, oh, let me dry my clothes here. Oh, I just polish my shoe, or I just wash my shoe, let me dry it here. Then the soapy water from the clothes or the shoe will just go down into it, and you end up introducing infection into the pond. So soapy things shouldn't come here. They are very much important things to take note of. No soap. How do you now change the water? So I advise that first of all you increase the water a little bit. When the flight, you increase the water a little bit. The more the volume of the water, the more space they have. This pond is very big, to be honest with you. Even you can see that the 5,000 fishes they didn't really occupy. And so if you have increased the water to, let's say, this level, you see that yes, so the pond is big, but the more you fill in, the more the space they have, or the spacious it becomes. So it's good you increase the water level. For now, you can change it like once every week. You can change it once every week for now. But before then, I would like to hear from you, and then you take a video of the water and then you send it to me. Let me see before you change it. And when you are changing it, this is how you change it. You allow, you open the drainage system there. You open it there, the air valve there, so all the dirty water flows down there. When they are flowing down, what happens is after it's left with small under the pond, then you open the new one, but you don't close the old one. You still open the new one into it, and you allow the new one to keep washing the old ones away till the whole pond becomes very clean before you close the outlet and allow the new one to fill it. The changing of the water, you shouldn't do it in the afternoon. You shouldn't do it when the weather is hot. Once you do that, you weaken them and you kill them. So it should be either very early at dawn, because your place is hot. Very soon the sun will come, and it will take some time for this volume to go down, for it to start refilling. So what you do is you wake up very early at dawn or in the evening. It's also good you have excess water, or yes, extra water in your poly tank all the time. And you may also have to get a brush. Sometimes it may get dirty. So sometimes when you are, not now though, but sometimes when you are changing, then you just brush, yes, the sides, and then places where the fishes are not, you just brush them, so you clean those things away. And now everything you are going to use here, it should be well kept only for this. Don't pick anything from the house and come and use here, or pick something from here and come and use there. Once you are doing that, they are introducing infection. So make sure, if you are buying brush, the brush supposed to be for the pond. So you should have a room or a place you keep those ones only. And then you might also need a sieve, something like a colander. So what you do is we can tie maybe one of the buttons, so that in case you find something in the pond you want to pick out, you don't use your hand to pick it. You use the sieve, the colander with the stick. Then you pick it. Or maybe you see a dead fish you want to pick, you just pick it with it. So you don't go putting your hand inside. And don't allow anybody to enter into the pond. Don't allow anybody to go into the pond. No. For that one, if it becomes so necessary that somebody enters the pond to do something, then the person will have to wash himself very well. Yes, very well, disinfect himself very well before even entering. Even with that, the person should be very, very careful. It's not some, it's something we don't allow unless we are here ourselves before we can guide the person on what to do. When it comes to medication, um, for now we are not expecting any of them to die, to even fall sick, if you follow these rules carefully. Because as you can see, these are well healthy fishes we brought to you, well active, everything very good. So we are not expecting that now. So personally, I'm not even expecting that any of them should die. If you take good care of them, I'm not expecting that any of them to die. But hum, human beings also die. Every living thing falls sick and die. So in case of any of those things, what you do is if you experience that there are sometime you come and then you realize that, or if you come to feed them and you realize that you feed them with that half cup or a quarter cup, and they are not feeding well. Like mostly when you come and feed them, they should be more active. They will all be rushing towards the food. Everybody wants to eat. But if you come and then the activeness is down, you know that maybe there's something wrong, or there's a problem, or there's infection entering into the pond, or they are falling sick. Stop feeding them completely. Don't feed them. That's number one step. Number two, run the water. Change the whole water out. That's number two. And then if you change the whole water, you don't feed them. The next day you can wait, and then you call us. If you have any question, you can ask. If you don't have any question, then our viewers, this is a great business. This is a lucrative business, and we are hoping and we are believing that within 3 to 4 months we will come back here, and then uh, we will see very big sizable fishes here. And not only that, uh, most of the time what we do to our customers, and we'll be doing it to him also, is that we keep checking up on them. We'll be calling you to be finding out how are your fishes doing. You see that yesterday we could have left yesterday, but we decided to stay and see how they are doing today before we go. And we have come, we realize that everything is well perfect. They're even more active than yesterday. So because yesterday they were tired, they rest. Today they are more active. So we'll keep checking up on you, we'll keep calling you. If there anything you'd like to see video, like to see pictures, so that we can keep advising you, guiding you step by step, step by step. So we are always part of the process to your success, and that is all we are much interested in. We want you to be very successful in your fish farming. So do not hesitate to call Generational Thinkers Farms if you have a need. Don't stay till the fishes begin to die before you call us. Any sign you notice you don't understand, just call us. At any time, we will be ready to answer your calls, and then we'll be willing to guide you and explain things to you. So until then, you can still contact Generational Thinkers Farms on +233 5434 84 762. If you're in Ghana, just call directly 054 3484 762. And at Generational Thinkers Farms, we give you simply the best.
A generational thinker is one who is able to sow seeds for the future.